ThaBoxingvoice.com over here with the legendary Hall of Fame promoter, fellow native New Yorker, back home, Bob Arum, presiding over a terrific fight this weekend with one of his top fighters, terrific kid, Terrence Crawford. Bob, why don't you just walk us through real quick how you were introduced to Terrence and your experience working with him so far?
Terrence started fighting off television on Top Rank Undercards. I immediately spotted him as a real talent. And he had two managers, one Brian McIntyre, who had a lot of great faith in him, and the other was Cameron Duncan, who was very cautious. When a fight fell out on HBO, and it opened up the possibility that Terrence could fight Breedis Prescott instead of the huge puncher he had knocked out.
Khan.
Cameron wouldn't take the fight. I went to Brian McIntyre and Crawford myself, and they thought Cameron was crazy. They insisted on doing the fight because that was their entree into the big time. And since then, nothing has stopped Crawford.
It was serendipitous. Now, we have a big summer for Top Rank. We have Conlon coming to Chicago. We have Gabe Flores Jr., who I saw his debut on Solo Boxeo out there in the West Coast, was terrific. He's fighting this summer. What else can we expect to see from Top Rank this summer? Perhaps Lomachenko, and do you want to see him against Salido, or would you like to see maybe him against somebody else? Or
well, Lomachenko and Salido is the fight we're trying to make for the summer. And I say Crawford and his Indigo is another fight we want to make. We think the summer is a great time to do fights. The calendar, baseball winds down, winds along. Basketball is finished. Football hasn't started yet. It's a great time for boxing to come to the fore.
Speaking of big events this summer, Manny Pacquiao is going to be out in Australia fighting Jeff Horn, which is going to be a huge event out there. And not many people over here in the States know about Jeff Horn, but we do like watching Pacquiao fight. And if it's a fight that we can get, let's say, on regular HBO, or if it's accessible to the fans, I think it would get a lot of viewership.
Well, that's a good thing to say. Manny has told me that he wants that fight to be shown in America to the biggest possible audience. And that's what we are endeavoring to do. The fight will be, people can say with justification, who is this on? We've never seen him. Why should we pay money to see him with Pacquiao? And I sympathize with that. But it's another thing to say, well, the promoter, who's seen a lot of fights in his time, saw the kid in person, thinks he'll be competitive with Manny. And you may disagree, fans, but take a look because you're going to see it for nothing. Right? The price is right.
So it's fair to say that you're working on something right now, not going to the specifics what platform it may be, to deliver Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn to the fans here in the U.S.
on the biggest possible platform.
We can't go any more than that, I can assume, at this point. Wow, that's big news.
Right.
And I think, again, if you're just a casual boxing fan and you want to see a great fighter, Manny Pacquiao, for free, why not?
Nobody will have any reservations.
Shouldn't. Now,
free is free.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now, another fighter who, two fighters that we saw a couple of weeks back at the StubHub at Valdez, terrific performance. What a fight.
Really tested Oscar. Mariaga's a terrific fighter. I'm very proud of how Oscar came out in that fight.
Do you want to match them up again in a rematch, or do you want to see Oscar perhaps try to unify? Or
we haven't talked to Frank Espinosa's manager, but we definitely want him back this summer or maybe September in Tucson.
And Zurdo Ramirez, another future star in the game, if not one already.
Right, we're making plans for Ramirez to have a great fight with another great super middleweight, Jesse Hart. That fight, Ramirez and Hart, is going to attract a lot of attention.
Final question, Bob. Richard Schaffer's doing this competition. I don't know if you heard of it with the cruiserweights and the super middleweights, where he's offering prize money. He's offering a whole bunch of stuff. Is that something that perhaps you would advise or maybe not advise your fighters to partake in, or is that a case-by-case basis? Or
all I say is I wish Schaffer a lot of luck.
Bob, we appreciate your time. It's always great seeing you.